Hey, Tej here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Nasdaq. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on daily time frame, and let's go through the RSI first. On these highs where we basically had either the start of the move from here or here, we've had this trend line basically coming down. We can see that we had our first downfall first, then some kind of connector wave, and then again a continuation of this trend, which again implies is this structure over here. Then we had some kind of connector wave, either starting from here or from these lows, three-way move regardless. Then we had again massive downfall here, some kind of connector wave here, this three-way structure, and another dump before establishing that high and some kind of bullish divergence on the lows. After that point, we can see that the RSI trend line was broken around here, confirming that the previous low here was indeed the end of this structure. So this would confirm again more, or go towards this idea of this being an A, B and C, ending something here. We had the other idea of being WXY, but currently I am more leaning towards this count at the moment, just because if we are looking at this WXY, we would only be looking this as an A wave here. And this next structure would be B wave and then C wave. Again, this B wave is getting quite big, is almost comparable to this structure over here. But again, still not out of the question that this is indeed still that B wave. The other idea that we had was that we had a WXY here, and this definitely does not seem to be working out anymore at all. At the moment, again, what we were looking at was that the wave Y was having this W, X and Y structure, and now within that wave Y we would have again wave Y of lower degree, so this green W, X and Y. Within this green WXY we would have A, B and C, but again this B wave is already so large compared to previous and larger time frame structure that this is no longer very meaningful at all and does not have the right look to go on from now. So again, if we are looking at this other WXY count, having this as wave A here and then wave B, this is still within proportions. But again, if we are looking at higher time frame structure, having this as WXY, we're getting really close to the 1.618 extension here on higher time frame for this wave Y, and we have not even taken or started the possible wave C yet. Of course, it is possible that we're just starting it, but the extension here, comparing this leg here over to this leg, we can see that they are starting to get out of proportion for sure. So this is less likely to me as well. So how do we fix that? One scenario is that we have this as W, X, Y, X, Z. The X is either here, or we could have it something like this as well. And at that point, of course, we would need to label this instead of that 5 wave that I've shown you somehow as a 3-way move. Currently, my favorite though is this one, just a basic simple A, B and C, and this is giving us some good looking structures overall. They are very good looking in the sense of extensions as well, almost 1-to-1 extension here, a bit longer, almost to the 1.236 for the wave C off compared to that to wave A. I don't think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 at all, just because we did not get anywhere close to 1.618 extension here that we would be looking for the wave 3. And this definitely looks like a good looking 5-way structure in which we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, had that bullish divergence here, so it would have some confidence saying that this is done here. Now, if this indeed is completed, what can we expect? Is this the complete correction of this previous structure? I don't think so. To me, we are still looking for more downside overall. So I'm still bearish overall on the markets, and I feel like this is going to be some kind of rally higher, and this is going to be forming some kind of connector to connect this structure to whatever is coming here. Okay, at the moment the lows that we created here around the 11k area were pretty good overall. Let's take a look at the retracement here. I think it was around the 50%. Yep, 50%. But again, the golden pocket would be very nice to see here to give us some more confidence on higher time frame if we are doing something like this at least, or even like this. But yeah, for sure there is going to be some kind of liquidity down here, down below these lows, these lows, these lows, and definitely these lows, which were again around that golden pocket. So I would not be surprised if we are going to do something like this overall. But now let's take a look closer into the current structures to see if there is some kind of things or plays that we can be making here. Overall, one scenario is that instead of the ABC, we're still looking for some kind of three-way structure in here. We got right into the one-to-one extension of this W wave, or however you want to be labeling this. There is a way to label this as an impulse wave as well, which we are going to be looking into next. In here, however, I've just labeled this as a three-way move here. And if we are looking at the order blocks and the naked point of controls, we can see that we have some resistance above us, two different ones. Basically this area from here, we can see that we are starting to get into this volume node, and the volume, if we had pushed higher, the resistance was going to be smaller and smaller until we peaked through this, and then we would have been going probably higher, as we had definitely not enough structure in here. This was pretty much a fair value gap. Of course, we do have that volume profile here, weakened or weekly naked point of control as well around here, this previous structure. But again, this last leg downwards was just a gap, basically, just a downfall. We did not really have too much resistance going down or support going down here. So we shouldn't be expecting too much of resistance on this area. But instead, we did break down from this order block, and now this definitely has a possibility of being a five-way structure. Let's zoom into 5-minute charts and see that. So how I would be labeling this is, this would be a wave 1, this would be a wave 2 here, and then if we are looking at RSI, we can see that the lows would be here. I don't think this is the third of this structure here, so instead we would be looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and either 5 here, giving us some structure and giving us the third here instead of here. Of course, we are going to be having some kind of bullish divergence here, as that would be the end of this five-way structure in here. So that would make sense that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 here. So again, previous wave 4 would get to the previous, this wave 4 would get right into the previous wave 4 area, after which we would be pivoting downwards, and somewhere around here we would have our fifth, and then we would be again expecting some kind of three-way pullback, and then looking for downwards again, according to at least this count. If we are looking this as the bottom, we could be expecting the golden pocket or the 0.5. 0.5 does not really have any support right at its level, so this order block here would be something that I would be watching first. And of course, this larger mess that we have volume and point of control around is going to be the main area that I would be looking for short setups. Of course, at that point we would want to see a clear three-way structure into this area. But yeah, that is the more bearish scenario overall. Let me close these and take a look at the bullish one. Go back to 30 minutes and see this whole structure. Let's turn off those as well. So overall, we can look this here as a five-way structure as well. I've labeled this as a possible leading expanding diagonal, in which we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into wave 1, then ABC into wave 2 or wave B, and then again 5 waves into wave C or third. At the moment the C wave is way more better looking, as we did get right into the 1-to-1 extension here. However, again, overall we are still back at this previous resistance area that we had here, and now it is acting as a support. So support, support, support. So it is possible that we are still going higher, but if indeed this is going to be stopping right here, we would be looking this as the C wave instead of the third wave. The invalidation point for the wave 4 or 3 of, the impulse wave structure would be right around $12,262, right below, or right around these lows we had here for this possible wave 4. So invalidation is really close, and that is just due to the fact that wave C or wave 3 here would be very short. Again, wave C getting to 1-to-1 extension is pretty much default, so that is way more appealing to me at the moment. I've labeled this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and extended fifth here, where we have extended fifth as well here on the lower degree, which would make sense that we have that extension in there. Highest RSI around here, which would entail us a third of something, and then we would have divergence between the third and fifth here. Don't really have a good looking divergence here, at least on 30 minutes for the last one, but not much we can say or do about that. I don't think we had any overlap here. No, we don't. So we don't need to be labeling this as a ending diagonal, although I think it is possible to label it as such as well, although we don't have that overlap as mentioned. But yeah, multiple ways to say what kind of structure this is. I've just labeled it as such, as it made sense to have the extensions on the last legs of each one. But yeah, overall this bullish structure as well is telling me that, okay, now we're at 1-to-1. If we are going to be breaking this previous support area downwards, then I'm looking more downwards as well. Definitely going to be looking at short setup as mentioned on the bearish one over here. Both that is not going to be coming through then, and we're going to go flying through these order blocks that are going to be the resistance in the next week. Then definitely we can be seeing that continuation of that third wave. However, that is not my expectation. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I wanted to share on Nasdaq at the moment. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.